Hey everybody, this is Scott again. Welcome to part 2, Badlands, Attica, Indiana. So, continuing on, this week I am here. Fisher's ATV World was going to be coming in, so I showed up. Actually, this is on Sunday to get kind of a head start so I could get familiar with the trails since I'd never been here. I was looking forward to meeting them, seeing as I've seen so many of their shows. So anyway, continuing on with the park here. So I'm going back by the back corner of the dunes on the, I'm gonna say east corner, northeast corner. The variance of rock size down to sand size is pretty extreme. You saw back there earlier where I had started the video. I was running through about 1.5 inches, and right now I'm going through what would be considered pea gravel, and then I'm going kind of into dirt and sand mix here on these trails here. I apologize right here for this is the first day on the trail. There was really nobody else around. I didn't want to. I wasn't geared up. I didn't have all my gear on the ATV, UTV. So I really didn't want to get into any puddles or water that looked to be too deep, just because I didn't have all my stuff to accommodate in case I got stuck. So in investigating on these trails, I kind of played it safe. When I got up to spots that looked too scary, I just kind of left them for later. Now this is the northeastern boundary. You'll notice the signs on the left-hand side of the trail. Basically, that's private land. So I'm following this boundary road. And as you can see off into the distance here through the trees, you start seeing the river area. So this boundary road goes around down along the river and then runs parallel to the river. However, as you can see by this part of the video, the river was over its boundaries, so the trails were underwater. So I decided to go ahead and turn around and come back to that at a different point. So going back up here, I started looking for trails off to the left, going back into the trail system to see if I could find something else, a different path to take and investigate. So I decided to take this trail. It looked a little heavily grown over, but figured what the heck. Went in, and you start running into the spider web of all the other trails. So I looked down that way and saw that big patch of water, and I wasn't too sure about it. So started inching my way down, and then I saw this one that had what looked to be some pretty steep sides, so I was like, I don't know. I think I'll come back to this one later. A lot of times on the trails, if you pay attention to the tracks that other people have made, you get a pretty good justification on whether or not a mud hole is been traveled or not, just by seeing other people's tracks going in and through. When you don't see anything at all, then well, you just don't know. So to be on the safe side. So here I stopped to readjust my seatbelt just a little bit because it was not holding me in the seat really tight, so I kind of figured I wanted to get the straps tightened up. So I took off again, only to find up ahead another pretty big mud hole, which you could see as I come up to, this is not it, as I come up to this next big hole, there seems to be a pretty deep, steep drop into it, and I was like, well, yeah, no, I don't know if I want to try that one either. These first couple of videos, I'm really being a chicken when it comes to the trails. Nobody else was really up in the park, and when you're dealing with roughly, I'm assuming about 800 acres of land, you really don't want to be stuck 5 miles away from anything, so. I think all in all, my adventure for this week put somewhere around 400 miles on my machine. So I headed back out to that outer rim path. Figured I would just take it back and get back into the rest of the other trail system. I kept looking up the side trails to see if I saw something that looked like a decent path to go. But this opened up, so I decided to go this way, which took me back over to one side of the sand dunes. Seems kind of funny saying sand dunes because with this many trees, it doesn't seem like the sand is, or the trees are in the right place. So those dirt ravines, washouts, go down into the lowland. If you look out there across that opening, the tree height of the trees in the bottomland, which they're, I'm going to say 40-foot tall trees, that's how deep that ravine is. I figured that would be better for a later investigation. So I headed back around on the trail system. Figured I would make my way over to a different part of the dunes area to investigate further. I was quite surprised with my Tusk Terabyte tires, which are designed more for rock crawling and such, how well they were actually performing in the sand. They dug in a little bit more than I would have wanted them to, but they did perform fairly well. So I think I'm gonna put a hold on the video at this point, and I'll start fresh on a new video here in a moment. Thank you for watching.